Hi, it's Liliana and this is Lil's Paper World. Today I'll be doing a tag because I want to try one. I'm going to be doing the new to BookTube tag. I don't know if this is really popular or if it's just like the one person that I watch do it, but I know there are different forms of like new to BookTube or like the not newbie book tag. Basically I'm doing one that's called new to BookTube. So yeah, I guess we just get started. I don't know. The first question is, where are you from? And I'm from a province in Canada called Ontario. And I don't know if anyone cares, maybe if you're Canadian, I'm closer to like the Toronto area. Like I don't live in Toronto, but either way. The second question is, how old are you? I'm 17 and I turn 18 in the summer. Woohoo! The third question is, why did you join BookTube? And basically, I joined it because obviously I love books. That's like a generic, obvious answer. I just joined because I want to be part of it. I want to talk about the books I read and I want to be motivated to read all the time. I even just made a Twitter self-promo. It literally has like no followers, obviously, but I'm hoping that I can like rant there or see like what's up in BookTube community, and then I'll end up getting more followers. I don't know. I'll link it down below. Question 4 is, what is the meaning behind your channel name? And the meaning behind mine is Lil is obviously just Liliana, but my nickname. And then Paper World. My boyfriend actually came up with it because we were trying to think of different names. I wanted something a little more original than just like Lil or Liliana Reads. Because it's cute, but like, you know, I wanted something more original. And so he said Paper World, and I was like, I love books. I love pretty much anything paper, like lists and journals and all that kind of stuff. So, Lil's Paper World. Fifth question. The fifth question is, what types of books do you read or want to talk about? I think the main, like, category for me is, like, contemporary or romance, and recently I'm really into like new adult romance. I just like a little bit more mature books because young adults obviously still good. Like I'm definitely more like young adult age wise, but I like the content in new adult. And other than that, I will be reading like fantasy ones because I still like those, and I want to read like the really talked about ones. I want to get to City of Bones, Throne of Glass. I still haven't read Harry Potter, don't kill me, but I want to very badly. So yeah, definitely like contemporary and romance, but then fantasy as well. And then I would throw in like sci-fi and history historical sometimes. Mostly just those two. Question 6 is, what are some of your favorite authors? And I kind of had a bit of a hard time answering this because since I just got back into reading, I usually read like a book or maybe 2 from a bunch of different authors. Like I don't read a lot of the same author. I read 3 from Abby Glines and I really like her writing. I get into it quickly. I like the characters. I love like the romance and all that. So definitely she's one of my favorite for like that kind of book, like young adult, new adult romance. And also, I don't really know how to pronounce her last name, but Simone Alcalis, who does Perfect Chemistry, like trilogy, and she did another book called Wild Cards. Haven't read them in a while, but I know I love them and I want to reread them soon, so she's one of my favorite authors. And other than that, I kind of have a feeling that like I'm gonna love a lot of Sarah J. Maas books because everyone talks about Throne of Glass and I loved A Court of Thorns and Roses, so it's a maybe, but it's a like probably maybe. I don't even know what that means. The 7th question is, what was the last book that you read? And I'm gonna pick it up. The last book I read was While It Lasts by Abby Glines, and this is the 3rd book in the series. I don't know what to say about it. This is the last book I read. I'm really excited because this couple, and I like this couple, gets another book in this series when like a lot of the other couples just get one book. So yeah, that's the last book I read. The 8th question is, what book are you currently reading? And right now I'm reading To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. And I'm only 50 pages in. I found it hard to like kind of jump right into it after the last book I read. Starting to read a new one, I just had to get used to the characters again, but I think I'm definitely gonna like be done this in a few days. It just took me a day or two to get even 50 pages in. So yeah, that's what I'm reading right now. Question 9 is, what do you use for bookmarks? And for that, I usually just use like normal bookmarks, but they're all from like stores for some reason. Like I don't buy specific bookmarks for myself because I don't know, poor. Currently in To All the Boys I've Loved Before, I'm using one I got from Indigo, which is like the main Canadian bookstore chain thing. It's like this white with black like swirls on it, and on the back it says indigo.ca, and I really like it. It's really pretty. I recently just got another bookmark from Book Depository because they just sent it, which is cute, and I like it a lot. I have like a random couple other ones, and one I used to use a lot was a yellow one from like a used bookstore that they just like had for free, I don't know. Lastly, if I get a book from the library, I usually just use like the paper receipt slip for some reason, just because like, it's right there, like they give it to you, and I just use that to read. But yeah, so pretty much just bookmarks and receipt papers. The 10th question is, show us your TBR pile. I'm not going to show the whole pile because my first 2 videos show that pretty much. I'll just show you the 2 books that I've gotten recently that are added to the rest of the books I have for TBR, if that made any sense. The books I have for the TBR, like to add to the TBR, are Just For Now by Abby Glines. I got this from it's like a used bookstore that you can like buy and sell books from. This one and While It Lasts, the other one I read, they were both $5 each, so yeah, I was really happy to find those. Come on. Ring, 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 ring. Ring, ring, ring. Ring faster! Are you done? So the second book to add to my TBR pile is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I am so excited to read this. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and it just sounded like something that would really like get me even more into fantasy. I have the UK cover because from Book Depository, the UK ones are usually cheaper than the American covers. And like, I don't know, I think I technically like the American one better, but this one's really gorgeous as well, seeing it in person. Woohoo! That's added to my TBR pile. A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Question 11 is, which do you prefer? And then there's like 3 series of questions, so I'll do those kind of separately. The first one is hardcover or paperback. And for this, I'd say definitely paperback for reading and because it's cheaper, so I don't mind having like a lot of paperback books. But hardcover, obviously, just because like they're prettier and they like withstand more if you take them in your bag somewhere. Like, you know what I mean. Like if you throw a paperback in your backpack, it's like all the corners are gonna get like mushed up. Stop ringing! Whoa, that was weird. I generally like paperback more than hardcover just because it's easier. Ebooks or physical books, and for that I say definitely physical books. I like ebooks for the fact that it's kind of easier to take them anywhere, and I like it, but I prefer to have a physical book. I'm just like weird, and I'm obsessed with like holding them and smelling them, and I like flipping the pages instead of reading on my phone. And I get less distracted when I read a physical book, but physical over ebooks. The last one is owning or borrowing books, and honestly either. Like, I like to own books, and I can't wait to have like a collection of books that I love. But if you don't know for sure that you're gonna love it, or you know you'll like it and enjoy it, but you don't need to own it, then it's like really easy and fun to borrow it because you don't have the commitment of like paying for it and maybe not liking it or something like that. So I like owning or borrowing them, basically, is what I'm saying. The 12th question is, what book or series got you into reading? And I think if I had to narrow it down, I would say the one that I mentioned before, which is the Perfect Chemistry series, because I just loved those books, and it really got me into wanting to read more other like physical books, because what really got me into reading probably was Wattpad, since there was just like a collection like of huge amount of just stories written by people my age, people younger, people a little older, and it's sometimes was like fanfics because I like those. But I honestly just liked reading normal stories a lot of the time that people wanted to write but like couldn't get published, or they ended up getting published, some of them. Or like, if I'm gonna be funny, Junie B. Jones got me into reading because in grade 1 I loved reading Junie B. Jones. Yeah, so that got me into reading for the rest of my life, but what got me really into reading was Wattpad or Perfect Chemistry. Question 13 is, how did you discover BookTube? I discovered BookTube by Haley in Bookland, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm not 100% sure, but I think she was definitely the first booktuber I subscribed to, so that's how I discovered BookTube. And then I just realized a lot more people than just her make those kinds of videos, and I just really liked seeing all the different kinds of videos about books, because books really, you know, are fun to talk about. Their different worlds, their different people. It's just real cool. And that's how I discovered BookTube. Question 14 is, what challenges do you think you'll face with your own channel? And, okay, I had a different answer for this that I can't remember, but I'll mention one thing, which is definitely, like, getting the videos done, because I wait till, like, no one's home, which is sometimes hard because I like peace and quiet to try and just film, and I embarrass myself when I talk to the camera, so I like being alone. I think I had a different challenge to talk about. I think one that's kind of like a weird challenge is like, I don't know, believing in myself, because I just feel like with any video I make, I'm always worried that like no one's gonna subscribe to me, which is honestly, if I never got that big, I'd still love like just making videos because it's fun. But yeah, I kind of just like, oh, like this person's better than me, and I think I just need to like believe in myself and be like, you'll get subscribers one day, girl. But yeah, I don't know. I forget what else I was going to say about what challenges I'll face. So those are my 2 challenges. Question 15 is, where can we find you, like on social media? And I have Twitter. I just made the BookTube Twitter that I was talking about. It's just at Lil's Paper World. And I have an Instagram that's just personal as well. But if you guys want to follow it, I'll link the personal Instagram and my BookTube Twitter down below so you guys can follow me if you want. I have Goodreads, so I'll link that as well. I have the other YouTube channel that I talked about where I sing, and I'll link that down below. Okay, my camera just stopped recording, so I just recorded a whole like outro thing and it was not recording. Oh my god, and now the phone's ringing. Why? It's probably my boyfriend. He's bringing me McDonald's breakfast because we're fat. There we go. I let him in. Let me finish my outro before he gets here, or he might interrupt me. So basically, those are the places you can find me. Anything I forgot, I'll just link down below, and if you want to follow me, you can. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, or maybe learned something new about me, learned something that made you want to subscribe to me. I want to make some BookTube friends, so, you know, hit me up. Thanks for watching. Bye. I love me. Wahoo! The third question is, wait, what is it? Okay. Yeah. Yay. Yay. Yep. I still hate that outro.